Alright, hello my friends and welcome back to another video here on Rebel Trading, where I will show you trading strategies to take your game to the next level. So in one of my previous videos I had a viewer requesting to have a higher accuracy 1 minute scalping strategy, and I realized that I haven't done a video like this in a while. As always, the strategy will feature the Euro US dollar trading pair, but it works well in crypto, Forex, as well as stocks. However, for the strategy to work, there's something important to note, which I will mention later on to today's video. So today's strategy will feature 3 different indicators. The very first indicator will be our MACD. The second indicator that we'll be using is the Parabolic SAR. The last indicator that we will be using is the moving average exponential. Alright, so now that we have all of our indicators loaded up, we're going to go to settings on the MACD. On inputs, we're going to change the fast length to 5, and the slow length is going to be changed to 8. We're also going to go to style, and since the histogram is the only thing that we'll need, we can uncheck everything else on here. On the EMA, we're going to go to settings. We're going to change the length to 100, and then we're going to go down here to the smoothing length, and we're going to change it to 10. I usually go to style, and I change the color, and I make it more visible so it's easier to see. We're also going to make sure that the smoothing line is activated as well. Feel free to make it any color that you would like. So this is somewhat what your chart should look like at this point. If you guys have found value at today's video so far, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like button. It helps me grow my channel and allows me to become closer to my goal to reaching 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So before I get into today's strategy, something very important to note is this is a trending strategy. So what we're going to be looking for, first of all, is for the price action to be trending above these lines for a long or below these lines for a short. We're also looking for higher volume and liquidity in the trades that we're making. So for example, if you're trading on the Euro US dollar pair, you probably want to make sure that you trade during the European market open. If there's lower volume and liquidity whenever you're using this strategy, considering it's a 1 minute, your stop losses might not get hit, there might not be a whole lot of liquidity, and the spreads on your brokers might be a little bit different. It's going to make it more difficult for this strategy to become profitable. Alright, so now for the strategy. Now that we see that the price action is closing above these 2 lines right here, we're going to identify whether it's above or below the SAR. So these dots right here represent the SAR. What we're going to do is we're going to wait for this bar right here to close. Immediately after this bar closes, we're going to check the MACD and to make sure that it is green. If all these conditions have been met, we can take our first long position. For the stop loss, I'd set it a few points below the SAR. As for the take profit, I recommend doing 2 things. The first thing is to take your first profit level either at the 1 to the 1.5 risk reward ratio. After this has occurred, we're going to move our stop loss up, and we're going to hold on to the trade until the SAR reverses. So after we see that the SAR or the blue dots are above the price action, we can see that a reversal might be occurring. So if we hold on to this until that occurs, we will close the rest of the position right here. Something that I would avoid when using this strategy is the less space that occurs between these 2 lines, the more I would avoid the trade. So as you can see right here, we have a little bit of consolidation in price action before it reverses, and then it occurs to be an uptrend. Or if the lines are crossing too much, you'd probably want to stay out of that trade. And considering it's a 1 minute trading strategy, it really will not take too long before another good trade occurs. Another thing to watch out for is if the price action is above the 2 lines and it's above the SAR, but the MACD is in red, this is not a good trade. So as you can see right here, almost all of our conditions are met, but the MACD indicates that it is in a downtrend still. As always, just be patient and wait, and another trade will eventually occur. Alright, so moving back a little bit, we can see that we have a downtrend. The price action is going below the EMAs. It's also going above the SAR as well, so we're going to wait for the MACD to turn red, and we can take our short position. So we're going to wait for the line to close. We're going to put the stop loss a few points above the SAR. If you find that there's too much risk associated with your trade, I would encourage you to use proper risk management and maybe lower your position size. As you can see, this trend did not hit our 1.5 or even the 1 take profit position, but we are still in a profitable trade and it still has a continued downtrend momentum. So immediately after that short, we have another potential short position we can take right here. Set the stop loss a few points above the SAR. Unfortunately, this trade was at a loss, but as you can see, the amount of loss that you would incur from this trade is incredibly minimal. But if you wait just a few moments later, of course it's a scalping strategy, so you can very easily find another potential short position. So seeing as how this is a 1 minute scalping strategy, there will not be any alerts that you will need to set up. That would be absolutely mental if you set up alerts using a strategy like this. But something that you could do, and what I would encourage you to do, is go to a higher time frame, such as the 5 minute or the 15-minute time frame, so that you can see how the price action is going on the higher time frame. So for example, if we would have caught the same trades right here on the 5 minute, we could have held the position even longer and we would wind up in a much more profitable trade. So if you can see that there's a downtrend on the 5 minute and the 15 minute, we can go to a lower time frame such as the 1 minute and we can have a general idea of what's going on in the market. And most importantly, if you're using a strategy like this, I highly encourage you to exercise proper risk management and to risk only 1 to 2% per trade. You can very easily blow your trading account using a strategy like this if you use it in the wrong way. You can use something such as a trade manager, which will automatically calculate your lot size or percentage of your entire account so that you don't have to sit here and do math whenever you open up a trade. But yeah, that's it for today's strategy. I really hope you guys found value out of it. I enjoyed looking for this strategy. Please be sure to click on the like button and comment down below for future video ideas. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, I'll be hosting my free Telegram trading channel where